2 years ago, I got my first job working in sales at Nordstrom as a BP Shoes sales associate. This was my first experience ever working in sales or in any commission-based business, and I didn't know the single thing about it. My orientation was an 8-hour day where I expected to be taught everything I needed to know on how to be a salesperson. And I showed up thinking, all right, I'm going to take notes. I'm going to figure out everything, exactly what to say, exactly how to act, exactly how to present products, everything. Yet when I got there, I was very surprised. They showed us videos and gave us a little booklet on what Nordstrom was, what they believed in, how they were founded, their plans for the future, and basically like the overall everything you need to know about the Nordstrom company. They also showed interviews of the most successful salespeople in the company currently, and those people talked about, this is how I got so successful. I love this job. I love the company. And I found myself going, great, but how do I do that? I left that day really confused, and I was a little nervous for my next day of work because I still knew nothing what I needed to know. Well, I showed up the next morning, and my manager gave me a department tour. She showed me where everything was and said, here's the back room. This is where you're going to find all the shoes you need to know. They're organized by color, heel height, and size. And then she said, all right, have fun selling. And I said, okay, thanks. But really, I thought, wait, what do I do now? I went out on the sale floor anyway, and the first lady I helped asked for a simple pair of Nike running shoes. That took me about 25 minutes to find that one pair of shoes. This happened for me for probably the rest of the day and the next few days, and I realized that I was not only the slowest sales associate on the floor, but I also wasn't making as much money or as many sales as the rest of my coworkers. I was really frustrated. I knew where everything was. I knew probably everything I could ever know about Nordstrom, yet I still wasn't as successful as I wanted to be. For the next pay period, I thought I could either quit or I could just step it up. And nobody had told me how to do anything yet. So I thought I'm just going to have to make this my own thing. So I started watching the other coworkers, and I started seeing how they would talk to customers, how they would suggest other products, and also help them around the store. So I started doing the same thing. I also tried to be a little more faster in finding the shoes that I need to find for every customer. For the rest of the pay period, I was trusting my gut. I was really being overly confident on the sales floor and in everything that I knew about the shoes and where the shoes were, and I pretty much pushed for each customer. I approached them versus waiting for them to come to me. And at the end of those 2 weeks, I ended up being the top seller on the floor. And my manager was probably as shocked as me, but she said, great job, I knew you could do it. And when she said that, I thought, no wonder. That was the point of orientation. That was the point of her training. I learned from this whole experience that when you work in a company like that and in sales like that, or in any type of big corporation, their training and the way they manage is all in part to only guide and aid you, because you have to trust yourself, your ability to sell, and use all the knowledge you've learned to be as successful as possible.